Excuse me. I forgot I was doing it. Did I burp on camera? Did I burp on camera? You getting real me. No, let me just, it's a normal function. Okay. All right. So, hey, Shiv. Okay. We are here. It is the weekend. All right. Hey, Shiv. Yeah. Let's see. I am going to do a combination of things today. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, it like recorded at the very moment. Technology. But it is what it is. Listen, bloopers. Take it as a blooper. Okay. I was just telling some friends of mine, like, okay, so my daughter, she's in high school. You guys know I teach at a high school. And of course, she's at the high school with me. But I also like work in a community in which I grew up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, comfort space. All right. So my child goes to school at the high school that I work at. So her friends are students, you know. Well, she, everywhere she goes, she makes friends. Okay. So if she goes away to camp and it's like deep, it's about an hour and a half away. She goes every summer. She's met friends from there and they still connect even when it's not summer. And they like live in different areas, like an hour away from each other, like scattered. But they are her friends, even though she's not around them all the time. So I have to accept this, It's not like elementary where they kind of just talk on the phone and go about their business. Like in high school, they can get to each other without you. Okay, so they're gonna be friends. And so it's different to have my daughter's friends come over versus students come over. I was like, I literally just heard a kid come to the door. It was like a student come to the door, and I was like, like, is that a student? The same student I said get out the hallway. Like, it's crazy, but it's the norm. You know what I'm saying? So it's just this is the world. This is life. Okay, this is the reality of things. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but what I was saying is, this is the craziness day, I think. So, oh yeah. So earlier I did a reading for myself because I wanted to get an idea of how I wanted the readings to flow for everyone, for the weekend. All right. So I'm going to cut the deck, but I'm using two different oracle decks, and then I'm going to use tarot to clarify. And I'm going to see, like, first, like, what spirit wants to say to you when it comes to like what your block is for this weekend. Maybe you need to, like, stop overthinking. Maybe you need to like open up, whatever the case may be. And then from that, I'm going to say like why, or like pull the energy of why from this deck, because it's going to show more like what's about to happen, or like, what the energy this weekend is pulling at. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, when we say, like when we do tarot readings and stuff like that, it's energy, right? So, in the moment, I could be angry with you, right? So, this is how I feel. But 2 hours later, I done got over it. So, my energy is different. I'm responding to it differently. And you can predict how someone may feel 2-3 hours later, but it's no guarantee. You can't guarantee how they're going to feel. They can go to a comedy show 30 seconds later and have like the time of their life and like their whole vibration change. And now they're just like cool with everything. You can't tell for each individual person. Like, life is life. So it's all about energy. So I can only tell you what the energy is hitting on. But I'm going to tell you what the energy is hitting on and clarify it. Okay. All right. So I did a reading for myself. I'm using two different oracle decks. I want to clarify with tarot. If the reading resonates, then great. If it does not, don't try to make it. Okay. Happy birthday to my little baby brother. Okay. My daughter's Uncle Mav. Okay. He is the best. Okay. Happy birthday to you. I hope you are enjoying your very, very special day. Yeah. He's the big little brother. Very responsible, but a young African American man, like making it do what it do. And I appreciate you 100%. All right. So I feel like we should do a collective energy. I feel like a collective energy is important right now. It's the weekend. We're going to look at the energy collectively, what spirit wants you to know, like what a block may be for you this weekend. Clarify. Let's get into it. Oh, and I'm going to also add, because I did this when I did my own reading, I'm going to also add some characteristics of the person. So you might be like, I don't know who it is. It could be this person, it could be that person. Like, who is this person? It's going to give you some characteristics. Characteristics is going to help you, figure out where this is coming from. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. We're going to start with collective energy. My little me. Oh, God. I don't know what she's trying to do. I don't have time for this. I thought I could have sworn I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. This is crazy. Sorry, guys. All right. Here we go. All right. For the collectives. All right. For the collective. What is the energy this weekend for the collective? What is the block they may encounter this weekend or need to be aware of? Holy Spirit, for the collective, what is the block collectively this weekend? One more. Ready? All right. Okay. All right. Okay. The collective block is lust, not love. Okay. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get stuck in just, don't get sucked in just by good sex. Okay. So it says, passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in just by good sex. Okay. So lust versus love. That is the block. Collectively, us recognizing the difference between lust and love. Okay. All right. Collectively. This week. Lust doesn't necessarily, Okay. All right. You're gonna clarify for the collective. Don't even worry. I'm gonna use reversals today because I've been practicing with my, my reversal energy. I'm confident with it, so I've been using it on myself, and so yeah, I'm ready to use it for everyone. Okay, so we're gonna do something that they're more specific when they're reversed. All right, so for the collective spirit, what's going on this weekend? Okay, I wasn't supposed to do it that way, but perfect match. I wasn't supposed to do it that way. Perfect match. I'm gonna cut it again. It says perfect match. It still blows my mind how perfect we are together. It's as if we're made for each other. Okay, so you may encounter that energy this weekend. Okay, but the block is passion isn't the same as lasting love. Okay, don't get sucked in just by good sex. Maybe, but it says that's a block for you. So I don't know. We're gonna clarify. We're gonna figure it out. But this is how we're supposed to do it. What's going on this weekend for the okay. Cut the deck. I'm gonna do it the exact same way. Okay. So because of a loser, I forgot my wallet. This can be someone who this is the energy of like someone that doesn't step up, you know what I'm saying, or doesn't meet the bar, right? Okay, so what you're gonna expect this weekend is together. Everything is better with you. Let's do life together. Okay. So you may be actually coming together with that person. This could be someone you was like, oh, this person's a loser. Okay. It could be someone you're like, oh, this person's a loser. You can be coming together with that person. Okay. It's like, maybe you guys feel real comfortable together. Yeah, maybe you guys feel real comfortable together. It's where it's like, recognize the difference between lust and love. Okay. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Okay. Yeah, there could be someone that wants to spend some time with you. It's going to be someone that you haven't spoken to. Could be a Virgo. All right. But this is energy of someone that you have maybe been, rather separate from. It's like maybe someone just wants to hang out with you, spend some time. Why is together here for the collective? Because everything is better with you. Right. Let's do life together. Why is this here for the collective? Okay. All right. So the Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. Okay. This is someone's like financial stability. They could have been in a long-term commitment that fell apart or that was like, lacking in a way. Okay. And this is because of the Six of Wands in reverse, like, something just not meeting the bar, something not panning out right, or, something that you aren't proud of. It's like you're not proud of it. Okay. Clarify together for the collective. All right. So this actually happening, or this being the case, like someone being in a long-term commitment that's not, working out for them, or someone being in an energy of this is my stability, and it not be what they imagine it would be. Okay, it's like maybe someone is changing their perspective, and around what direction they're going. Like where they're going. Okay, this could be someone that was at some point holding back, but no longer avoiding it. Okay, it's like something that's being addressed this weekend because of maybe like the constant, like like it's like consistent false starts or things not really going anywhere. You could be like focusing on yourself a lot right now, collective. Okay. Yeah, maybe even stand to yourself. Okay. And it's because of you. Maybe you were looking at someone as like a loser. I forgot my wallet. Why is loser here for the collective? Okay. All right. Okay. This is someone that feels like me. Okay. The Six of Wands in reverse and the judgment reverse is like uh, something you're not proud of, something that's like, that doesn't meet the bar, but it's also something that you might feel like you can repeat, like it's like a repeat occurrence. Okay. This is someone that can be like saying what they plan to do to repair things. And this can be like a repeat occurrence. And this could, it could be because this person is like ready, almost like to give in. This is like giving in. It's like what they call it, falling at the final hurdle. It's like someone is like just like giving in. Okay. Because they are at a point where it's like they're like not destitute, but it's like, what is it? Like this someone is like down and out. Not down and out, but it's more like just like weary, you know? That's how it feels. So you could be coming together with someone, and I don't feel like you feel like they're a loser. I feel like they feel like that themselves, about themselves. Okay. You could be coming together with someone this weekend, because if things not working out for them, it's like maybe it's changing their perspective in a way, is awakening them to something. So maybe that's the reason why Spirit is reminding you that, listen, lust is not love. No, no, no. Lust is not love, collective. All right. And staying stuck was right behind that. You don't want to end up staying stuck in something. Okay. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Okay. Don't get sucked in just by good sex. All right. Who's here with me? What's up, La Unique? 444. I needed that 444. Thank you for bringing that to me. All right. All right. Lust is not love. Why is this here for the collective spirit? These are true statements here tonight. Lust is not love. Don't get sucked in. Collective. Okay. Ooh. Okay. You could be in an energy where you are resisting disappointment. You want growth. You want expansion. You want more. And so I feel like you engaging in this is a conflict. It will almost like delay your new beginnings that you're really trying to like manifest for yourself. Okay, this is something you should not dig. Okay, I don't know why. It's like, you know how you be like, I dig it. I just feel like this is something you don't dig or you shouldn't. Okay, because look, the Six of Swords in reverse, it ain't gonna go nowhere. It ain't gonna go nowhere. All right, it ain't going nowhere. Listen, for real, collective. Listen to what I'm saying. It's like it ain't going nowhere. You've been trying to resist anything that's disappointing. It's not really going to give anything to you, or something you don't want to repeat again. All right. You want some growth. You want some, expansion. Empress energy. This will be a conflict for you. You understand? Listen very carefully. For real. This is what Spirit's saying. Listen, don't you get stuck there. All right. You've been resisting disappointment. Is that what don't? You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's what it's saying to you this weekend, collective. And that's how the energy came in for me when I did my reading. I said, I hear you, God. Okay? Because, life be life. And like, for real, it do. And so we'd be like, okay, I'm going to do things this way. And like, no, that's not necessarily the best way. Oh, I supposed to give some characteristics. Characteristics for the collective spirit of this person, possibly. Okay? Because, of course, it can't be like that for everyone. Right? But possibly, okay, one or more of these characteristics could be beneficial for you. I made this little deck, so just something I put together. Okay, emotional is on the bottom. You could even say that this person is very emotional. You might be like, they get so bent out of shape for stuff, or what I'm saying. So like, I don't know, but like, you might say this person's emotional. Characteristics of this energy for the collective. Okay, you know them. Okay, this is definitely someone you know. All right, it's not a stranger. Okay, and this is someone that's generous. Okay, or maybe you're generous to them. I would say that you see them as generous. It's their characteristic. You see them as generous, and it's because sneaky and chaser. Okay, this is what I feel. Okay, irresponsible right now. Okay, sneaky, chaser, irresponsible. All right. If you are possibly coming off as like someone can't read you, or it's like you're not being clear, this could be encouraging some pursuit. So it's someone you know and someone you might consider generous. Okay, collective. Moving on to Aries. Hey Aries, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, boo. Hey, hope you are enjoying your birthday season. I hope it was everything that you ever imagined it would be. Okay, happy birthday to all my Aries friends and acquaintances. All right, subscribers. You could be watching right now and be an Aries. Why does card keep trying to come out? It say comparison. Comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind and see your new love for who they are. It will not let me put it back in the deck. I kept trying to pick it up and I kept looking at it. Right? It would not let me put it back in the deck when the deck started going all type of ways. You might be in the energy where you're like no good ones, because the no good ones card is on the bottom. You might be like, oh, it's no good people out here. Right? But you could be comparing them to somebody, and that's not fair. Okay. So, what Aries spirit? What is the block? The major block for Aries this weekend? Here you go. Seeking perfection. Everyone has flaws. Okay. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter to you. And then let that person show themselves to you. You can have like the top 5 must-haves or deal breakers, that matter to you. But there is no one that's perfect. There is no one that's going to meet your ridiculous standards. I don't know. I don't know what Spirit can be saying to you. You know what Spirit's saying to you, right? But Spirit's asking you to be maybe a little more open this weekend. Okay. Recognize that everyone has flaws, Not saying you shouldn't have standards, but don't go too crazy. Don't no. I don't know. See, why is it coming out for Aries this weekend, Spirit? All right. Okay. It's because arguments. Okay. I just wish we had healthier communication between us instead of all this unnecessary conflict and bickering. Okay. This is the main energy this weekend, Maybe you've been somewhat picky on someone, Maybe they feel picked apart. Okay. Perfect match. It still blows my mind how perfect we are together. It's as if we're made for each other. Okay. This is someone you definitely see, or you guys see each other as like being like perfect match, right? But for some reason, like the communication is bad. And it could be, Aries, that you are maybe comparing this person to someone else. You don't have to necessarily be comparing them to someone that you used to deal with. You can be comparing them to like how your father was, how your brother was, or your cousin's husband, whatever. I don't know. Okay. But it's giving energy of that being a block this weekend. Okay. Everyone has flaws. Nobody's perfect, Aries. Choose your must-haves and your deal breakers. Why is perfect match here for Aries this weekend? Okay. I feel like if you have been arguing with someone, Aries, you guys are making peace. Maybe you're talking. Okay. It could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but this is more so of a masculine energy that's like, closed off, reserved, maybe even like, cold. Okay. Yeah. It's like the love that they have for you could be, like causing them to just be like, we gotta we gotta get through this hurdle. I can't allow, us to still be like in this argument state or in this beef state, whatever. Okay. I feel like this weekend you are making peace with someone. Okay. Yeah. The Two of Wands. A choice is being made. Okay. It could be something that was like being avoided, wasn't being addressed, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like someone is telling you what they plan to do. Okay. So someone is actually taking action. Okay, they're coming towards you, they're actually doing something. Okay, it's not just necessarily talk about it. It's not someone that's like it's quiet or whatever, reserved. It's like they've had a time or taken the time to look at something. And it's almost like they're giving in. They're giving in to maybe an argument that you might have had. Okay. It's kind of giving the falling at the final hurdle energy, but it's also like just giving in because arguments. Okay. I wish we had healthier communication between us instead of all the unnecessary conflict and bickering. Okay. Why does it say for Aries Spirit? Okay. They feel like you betrayed them, okay? Or maybe it's like you feel betrayed, okay? But they love you, okay? They feel like things aren't going anywhere because of the unhealthy dynamic you guys have between the two of you, right? This could be something they want to talk to you about. Maybe like tell you how much they do love you, how much they do care about you, how they feel like you are their perfect match. It's like they want to get over this energy between the two of you, okay? Whatever could, sabotage the two of you, whatever could have been a betrayal between the two of you. Why is arguments here for Aries? Good. Yeah, because maybe nothing is changing, okay? And it's time for something to change with the world. It's like, okay, enough is enough almost. Like, enough is enough, It's time for us to heal this. Right? It's time for us to repair whatever the energy was or whatever we was arguing about, beefing about. Okay, you're making this person address an issue that they might have been hiding or keeping to themselves. And look, Ace of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. If someone was trying to keep things light or was maybe offering much of nothing, okay, that wasn't going anywhere. And so there's a change in perspective, you know. It's kind of giving the energy that showed up in Aries. Well, this is Aries, the collective energy as well, right? So you could be making peace with someone this weekend, Aries, someone that you might have had an argument with, right? It's all because, well, I told you the because with arguments, but your block this weekend, Aries, is seeking perfection. Everyone has flaws. Mm-hmm. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that truly matter to you. Why is this the block for Aries this weekend? The hurt that you have experienced, okay, either from them or like period, is making you think irrationally. Okay, it's like you don't. You're not allowing the opportunity to overcome a loss or a betrayal or a the 10 of Cups in reverse is like, you know, it's like it's disappointment, but it's like, you know, things unraveling. It's like you're not allowing the opportunity to overcome something that might have unraveled. Okay. It's almost like spirit's asking to, like, you know, like put your guards down, okay? Because the 3 of Pentacles reverse is like, you know, like not being cooperative. You know, it's like resistance, okay? And things are not going anywhere with that. Judgment reverse is like, you know, it's the same thing over and over again. You know, repeat occurrence. Okay, so the grief that you have experienced with this situation or any situation could be making you think irrationally. You're not allowing the opportunity for an issue to be overcome. Okay, so someone is trying to make peace with you this weekend, Aries, because they're like, listen, enough is enough. They're like, they love you, you know, like you're their perfect match. But let's get some characteristics of this person, Aries. Okay, you have the heart energy, working heart energy. It says incompatibilities, tension, obstacles, and disharmony, short-term relationships. That's the disharmony, arguments, tension. And then you have the perfect match energy. Oh, lock and key. Oh, they're destiny cards, and they're the most positive cards in the deck. Okay. And they symbolize true love that is destined to be. Destined. Maybe that's why spirit is like, you're not allowing peace to come in. Okay. Hey, let's see. Characteristics of this energy for Aries spirit. You know, whoever you're interacting with, whoever this could be about. Characteristics for Aries that to help them better understand this story. I made this deck, y'all. Okay. Okay. Shoot. Dang, you got jackpot. Okay. Jackpot. I don't know exactly what that means. I mean, but of course, it's like, you know, you hit the jackpot. Younger. Okay. A hard worker. All right. They could be rather tall. Okay. It also says female. Female, you know, it could be a neighbor. Okay, it could be a short person. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's room from tall person to short person. But the bottom of the deck says your ex. Maybe all that did happen at some point. You know, maybe it was a female, it was a neighbor, it was a short person, and it was like maybe you're like reflecting on these past hurts. And or maybe just bringing in memories or, any special characteristics for Aries spirit. If no, it's okay. 1, 2, 3. No. Okay. So, yeah, that's what I have for you, Aries. Moving on to Taurus. Okay. All right, Taurus. Let's see. Energy for you this weekend. Okay. Let's see what your block is, Taurus, right? I'm using 2 different decks for the weekend. Let's see what your block is for Taurus. Holy Spirit, angels in heaven, look at the block for Taurus this weekend. Okay, this is what Spirit wants you to maybe like reflect on or think about as whatever occurs for you this weekend, for Taurus. All right. Okay. For Taurus, Spirit. Okay. All right. You ready? So your block is seeking perfection. All right. Literally just got this for Aries. Everyone has flaws. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter. Okay. So the same thing Spirit said to Aries, Spirit is saying to you. Okay. This is a block for you. Are you seeking perfection? Okay. All right. Let's see. What is going on for you, Aries? Oh, listen. Taurus, you could definitely be dealing with Aries. Right? Because you got the same message. What's going on for you, Taurus, this weekend? Holy Spirit, angel, what's going on with Taurus this weekend? One more. Okay. Ready? All right. Taurus, losing interest. Okay. I just don't feel the same anymore. Right? This is, which you could be encountering this weekend. You just don't feel the same anymore. Okay. So what's happening? Immature. Right now, I'm not really at a place in my life where I can fulfill the demands of a healthy relationship. Okay. Maybe you feel like whoever you're interacting with is, rather immature, unable to fulfill the demands of a healthy relationship, or maybe this is you. But like, I'm not in that place to do the whole relationship thing right now. Okay. And it really could be just because you're losing interest, All right. Well, could you be losing interest because you have like this heavy standards, okay, or seeking perfection? Well, let's see. Okay. For you, Taurus. Right? You could be making a decision or having a conversation with someone. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. The Hierophant is in reverse. Clarify this immature energy for Taurus this weekend. Okay. The Hierophant in reverse could be like, rebelling, right? Maybe that's the energy you're in this weekend. We just want to buck, like buck the system. Spirit. Yeah. The 5 of Pentacles, it's like you just want to maybe like let something go. It's like, I'm not even interested, It's like, it's not tickling your fancy, whatever. So, and it's because the Emperor in reverse, it's like, maybe you feel like you're not in a position. Emperor in reverse is like someone that's like, maybe not in a position where they can, take on, okay, being something insignificant. Okay, Ace of Wands energy. It's like they're not in a place where they want to be in something insignificant. Okay. So you could be that. I feel like you are letting go of or ready to, let go of something. If you feel like because you feel like you're not in a space to deal with that. Okay. it's like you might see something that's insignificant. Okay, Ace of Wands. It might be here today, gone tomorrow. It's not doing much. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Strength in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, and if you have a lot of responsibilities and stuff on you, things you got to get going and take care of, you don't have the time for like delays. I feel like you have a lot on your back. Even with you coming in as the Emperor reverse, I feel like, yeah, this feels like a feminine energy who is coming through as the Emperor reverse. That's crazy, right? Because the Emperor is the masculine, but the Emperor reverse energy is like where you don't feel in control of something. It's like you don't have the energy to maybe deal with something. You're not at that level or at that capacity. It can also represent immaturity as well, but it's like you're letting go of anything that's not really giving you anything that's like you might feel like it's insignificant. You got enough on your plate. Okay. So you're willing to like drop or, give up or, on something. You're looking at it because with the Five of Wands in reverse, you're ready to drop a problem, burden, an issue. Okay. Something that's an interference. Okay. And it could be because of you losing interest. I just don't feel the same anymore. You feel like it's more so just like a conflict for you, Why is this here, the Taurus? Okay. Other people. Listen, it's because of other people, right? Maybe you've met other people. Maybe, it's because of other people, right? Mm-hmm. It's like you don't want to take on, it's like you don't want to deal with issues. You don't want to deal with problems, especially if you're like enjoying your life, you're enjoying yourself, you're enjoying the people around you, you know. The Eight of Pentacles because of the Six of Wands. Yeah, it's like at this point, I think right now, towards your this weekend, you're like changing how you show up. You changing, what I'm saying, the effort you put in, how much you like, because if something's not something's um something's not meeting a bar, okay, for you, and it feels as if you're almost like stuck in a lack of growth, and you don't, you're losing interest because of other people, okay. Look, Ten of Swords because of Temperance. You might be at a place where you're ready to just let something go to maintain your peace, your balance, spirituality, your mental capacity, whatever, your what they call mental health, not what they call it, but this is, your balance, okay? Like maybe you've been trying to be cooperative, okay? But you're letting go of something that you might feel like you don't have the energy for. Okay. But Spirit could say the block for you is seeking perfection. So let's see. Why is the block for Taurus seeking perfection this weekend? Okay. Everyone has flaws, Taurus. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter to you. Why is it here as a block for Taurus this weekend, Spirit? So maybe feel like you've made some foolish decisions or you've done some foolish things, and maybe you're seeing the outcome of those foolish things. The Magician reverse is also like, playing games, manipulation, like almost like playing with fire. You know how like the Magician reverse, you don't think shit stink, You're just like, kind of, but also it's like almost like a trickster energy, like you don't know what the outcome may be, right? And I feel like because of that, what you might have experienced if you jumped into situations or made some foolish decisions and not see the best outcome, how you might have maneuvered with the Magician in reverse. I feel like it is changing your perspective. Okay, Hangman energy. with the King of Wands in reverse, as far as to, you know, what you want, okay, your standards, your, you know, because the reason why you're losing interest is because of other people. Okay. So, yeah. Now, everyone's going to have flaws, Taurus, but I feel like that's the reason why this is a block for me, because you're more so basing it off of maybe the decisions you've made yourself, you know? But let's move on to Gemini. My nose itching like Bewitched, and she's like, she did. She's like, okay. For Gemini. All right, Gemini, let's see. We're going to look at the block for you this weekend, and then want to look at how that block connects to what's actually happening for you this weekend. Okay. If the reading doesn't resonate, don't try to make it, but these methods are coming out really good, and I like this method. I might like maintain it. So for Gemini, let's see what your block is this weekend, Gemini. Okay. Your block is rejection. Build confidence by exploring what others value in you through dating or other social interactions. Okay. So maybe Gemini, if you've experienced rejection in a way, maybe that's made you like close off to like opening yourself up. This can also be like you being afraid to open yourself up to other people, or, you know, because of a sense of rejection or fear of rejection. Okay. I don't know. That's your block this weekend. I don't know. So let's see. For Gemini spirit, what's going on this weekend where that could be a block for Gemini this weekend? Like you being open, maybe you don't want to maybe be open or bold this weekend because of a sense of rejection, or you fear rejection. I don't know. That's not normal for a Gemini. I'm kind of bold. Let's see. What's happening for Gemini this weekend, spirit? All right. Children. This is bigger than the two of us. Okay? And there's a lot at stake. Let's make thoughtful decisions since we can't afford to play games here, right? So this is about maybe you having a serious dialogue about something, okay? And it's like children are involved. You gotta be serious, okay? Because children are involved. So let's see what's happening. Love. I'm starting to fall head over heels for you, okay? So the love is so deep, Gemini. And somebody's like, listen, we gotta be serious here, right? Because children are involved, right? Maybe this could, you know, I don't know how the block is, you know, but we're gonna clarify. Okay. For you, Gemini. For Gemini, why is love here this weekend for Gemini? Okay. Somebody's like, we gotta be serious. Right? I'm starting to fall head over heels for you, Gemini. Why is this the energy that is coming out for Gemini this weekend? The Lovers. Okay, someone falling head over heels for you, Gemini, is making them think partnership. Okay, it's making them think, you know, major. This is major. Okay, it is a major arcana. Right? It's like, okay, this is about major partnership. You know, this is real. Okay, so like, listen, we can't play around here. Children are involved. Right? We gotta be serious. Okay, it's just what it is. It's a trick. All right, this someone is like, you know, maybe wants to like rebuild, you know, connect with you, you know, get together with you. But it's not about like just celebration. It's like, you know, like us getting together, you know, like we used to, you know, like do this together. Like, what does that look like? Because someone, you know, the love is there. Okay. Queen of Cups energy. Right. And this could be someone like releasing their anxiety around this situation, you know. It's like, listen, if we connect like how we want to connect, we got to be serious about this connection. Okay, Jim? Someone's making a decision this weekend. Okay. And this could be something that was maybe once avoided, but this weekend is not being avoided. Okay. Yeah. Because the Six of Cups in reverse is like it can be like reliving the past, it's like nothing's like going anywhere. You're just reliving it. I don't know. It's not changing. It's not moving. It's just like stuck on repeat. Okay. All right. Why is love here? For Gemini. Yep. Stuck on repeat. Okay. So with the Six of Swords, now things can move into a better state. Okay. Not only with the Chariot in reverse, like something being more so stuck on repeat, but also like not going anywhere. Okay. So now things can actually move. Right. Maybe they are, talking to you about a conflict, something that could have had them, somewhat on the fence or, you know, uncertain or something they were dealing with. Right. It's all because of children. Okay. This is bigger than the two of us, is what it says. And there's a lot at stake. Let's make thoughtful decisions since we can't afford to play games here. Why is this message here for Gemini? See? One wants to have a serious conversation with you. King of Swords energy, right? Because things are not growing, things are not progressing, right? It's like nothing, it's a lack of progress, right? The King of Wands in reverse can be someone that's like, either taking the wrong action or doing the wrong things or not knowing what to do, to maybe create a change. So this can be someone that's like, having a conversation with you, Gemini, right? Ten of Swords in reverse is to get over something that could have happened, get over a betrayal, to release a betrayal or release an ending. Get over some disappointment or grief. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, but someone that definitely has deep emotion for you. Okay, maybe you guys were really close and you hung out together and stuff like that. Maybe that just kind of fell off. Yeah. For Gemini spirit, wise children here. Yeah, it's like someone that wants to talk to you to like get over some type of betrayal or talk through something that might have happened between the two of you. Okay. Yeah, this could be someone that wasn't supportive, right? Maybe they were very inconsistent. Yeah, I feel like you could be kind of like the moon in reverse is almost like revealing or something, being exposed that was unfair, that was unjust, where someone could have like given up on the situation or like lost hope or faith in the situation because it's like that was messed up, So the block for you, Gemini, this weekend could be this energy of rejection. Why is rejection here as the block for Gemini spirit this weekend? Build confidence by exploring what others value in you through dating and other social interactions. Okay, so it seems like you're getting what you want with this King of Pentacles. Okay, and it's because something's definitely not over. You might have thought it was over, but it's not over. It might not have went nowhere, but it's not over. It's not. All right, it's not. That's a lot of cost. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like there's an opportunity for recovery or renewal this weekend. Why is rejection here as the block? And build confidence, exploring what others value in you. Maybe just allow someone to date you. Allow someone to interact with you. Open up. It kind of says like maybe you don't want to open up. Yeah. Okay. The Hangman in reverse. Yeah. Okay. So you might be changing your perspective around somebody. Okay. Maybe like getting over some disappointment that could have happened. Right. It might have taken a while for this to, be the case, but it does seem like maybe this weekend you are releasing some of the wands that you had up. ready to fight, you could be like, all right, I'm put 2 of them down. Just say it. All right. You know, because it does feel like with the 9 of Cups energy, it's like someone wants to show you how much they value you. You know, it's like they want to show up for you. Yeah. So I feel like this is helping you change your perspective on someone. Okay. Especially if you were maybe rejecting them at one point. Mm-hmm. Okay. You could feel like this is a delayed offer, or like a delayed opportunity, but it's because of the Tower reverse. You know, it's like almost like trying to save something. Something like the Tower reverse is something that it's like they're trying to avoid a disaster. Okay, so if an offer was delayed, it could be because of someone maybe feeling like they was trying to avoid a disaster, but really it was just more so that someone that was resisting change. You know, so because you might look at it like, you know, this is a delayed. Yeah, maybe that was something that was, you know, like a burden on the situation, but it seems like things are moving into a better state with you. It's because you're no longer focusing on the hurt, you know? Yeah. That could have been caused by someone else or whatever. Maybe this is their blockage, you know, apply it how it fits for you. Right. Okay. Moving on to, let me give you some characteristics of this person, so you can maybe have an idea of like who this could be. I made this deck right here myself, so who knows what will come out. Hard workers on the bottom. Okay, so this person works hard. Okay, they have been keeping some stuff from you. They ain't been telling you something. Okay, hard worker came out. Spirit's like, yep, they're hard working. Okay, but they've been keeping some secrets. Okay, they could be tall. Okay, maybe your ex. Anything else about characteristics? What is person for Gemini? One, two, three. Okay. Generous is on the bottom. That could be a factor, but hard worker came out more than once. So, you know that piece. You like, they're all hard workers. What's going on? Like, Unique, thank you for being here. Moving on to Cancer. It's the weekend, y'all. Sorry. It's the weekend. Cancer, let's see what the block is for you this weekend. Okay. Are you chasing them? Chasing them. Oh, changing them. Changing them. Showed. Okay. It was kind of like force yourself to expectation. Okay. So you could be changing somebody. I don't know. What's the block for you this weekend, though? Let's see. For Cancer. Not committed. Okay. Always chasing or being chased. You must be willing to commit to one person. Cancer. Like, are you always chasing or being chased? Where's the commitment? Can you commit to one person? Is that a block for you this weekend? For you to say, this is who I'm focusing on. Nobody else. Just them. Is that a problem for you? Say it in the chat. Say it with your chest in the chat. Is that a problem for you this weekend? Okay, Cancer. This is why all this is being said to you. Swipe right. You see, you still online, you searching. Okay, listen. It says, so glad you took the chance to put yourself out there. so I could find you. Okay. Are you online still searching? Like, are you, in the swipe right? Okay. Jealousy. Someone is mad about that. Okay. I get jealous because I'm struggling with my own insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone is like, maybe they're talking to you this weekend, like, listen, I struggle with my own insecurities. And you already have a hard time committing. I don't know what you're doing, You can be on the computer, swipe right, on your phone. This could be something someone is saying to you this weekend, Cancer. But maybe your block is committing to just one person. We're gonna clarify that message too. So you're gonna get the nitty-gritty this weekend, Cancer. For Cancer spirit, why did this message come out for Cancer? Yep. Yeah, someone wants journey with you, Cancer. They want something serious. Enough is enough. Why is jealousy here for Cancer? I get jealous because I'm struggling with my own insecurities. And you just out here online. Listen, yeah, something is being revealed. Maybe someone's telling you something that they know or a secret. It's like something's being exposed, okay? But it's like it's bringing someone, it's bringing about a resolution. Okay, it's bringing about a resolution. Okay, whatever is being revealed, or it's like someone is exposing something they might have kept a secret. Okay, that they have insecurities. Okay, yep, they weren't honest. Okay, as to why they were not moving forward, maybe even not talking or communicating with you. Why they didn't choose, maybe choose a path or choose you. Okay, the Two of Wands in reverse is like staying put. Like, no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm good. Why they, someone is revealing that. Okay, it's because why they delayed an offer has been delayed. If someone felt like they weren't ready, they weren't. They may be struggling with their own insecurities. They see you on a dating app or something, Cancer, with the swipe right. Or maybe they feel like you are talking to other people. The Knight of Swords in reverse is someone who makes irrational judgments. Okay, it's like they just jump to conclusions. Okay, yeah, they could be apologizing to you this weekend for that, because maybe that's the reason why things were never stable between the two of you. There was no solid foundation. Nothing ever really manifested from it. Because it made someone making their own irrational judgments about you. Okay, it's because it's quite right. Maybe they saw you on a dating app. Do you have an old profile? For Cancer spirit, why is right here? Smells like, I'm so glad you took the chance to put yourself out there so I could find you. Why is it right for Cancer? Yeah, that's why. They felt like, oh, this ain't nothing for real. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands is like, I'm not going to rush into this because this ain't going to go nowhere. For real, this ain't going to go nowhere. Yeah, they're telling you the truth. Okay, this is why they, interacted with you the way they did. Why they handle things the way they did with you. Okay, maybe way different than they would have normally. Okay, but they are dropping their defense. Okay, because it's weighing too heavy on them. Right. Yeah, it's like I feel like whoever you're interacting with, Cancer, is like maybe recognizing that they have trust issues. Okay, that they have their own insecurities that could be influencing situation. Because with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's like irrational judgments. Maybe they felt like you were swiping right. And you're like, I'm painting my toenails in the house. Talking about, how about I'm not? Okay, but the block is not committed, so we're gonna clarify that. Spirit's like clarify now. Okay, so that's the reason why things maybe didn't go anywhere. But someone is like maybe putting down their guard, okay, and dropping their defense on that. The block though for you, Cancer, this weekend is not committed. Always chasing or being chased. You must be willing to commit to one person. Why is this the energy for you, Cancer? Why? you can't avoid it no more. Okay, you can't avoid it no more. You got to make a decision, right? Because the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this is no longer holding back. And this could be someone else's block, but it's like no longer holding back. Just, because of, maybe you were living the past. If you want things to work out, you got to commit. You can't keep avoiding it. You got to make a decision, right? Someone that was not ready, it could be in an energy where they're no longer holding back. Okay, maybe them, staying stuck in the past could have been a factor, but it's like them wanting to maybe have a positive outcome, maybe overcome something they might have experienced. Okay, release some energy. It's like, okay, this is what's changing this weekend. So, Cancer, it seems like you can't avoid this anymore. You got to make a decision. Can you commit to just one? Who's the other Cancer? Who's the other? But let's get some characteristics of this person, possibly. I made this little deck to see if any characteristics come out that can help you, see where this energy could be coming from. You probably I already know what that is. Let's see. For Cancer spirit, any characteristics that will help Cancer know who this is. This someone is unemotional. Okay, so maybe they don't show you their emotions. Okay, and it's because maybe they're also a neighbor, somebody have a familiar energy with, comfortable with. They could actually be your neighbor, or old neighbor or whatever. But they could be chasing you now, like the energy of the chase. Come in. All right. I saw the card unstable. You could be like, this person's unstable. They're unstable. Something's wrong with them. For real, you could be like, I know who that is. Something's wrong with them. I'm serious. All right, are you for Leo spirit? Okay, Leo, let's see what your block is this weekend first. I gotta drink some. It is weekend. Let's see. What is your block this weekend first? And then we're gonna see why. Okay, so actually what's happening for you this weekend so that you know what. For Leo spirit. If the reading doesn't resonate, don't try to make it. Okay. Your block this weekend, Leo, is not talking. Okay. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. Okay. That is the problem. Okay. You have to communicate your needs clearly. Okay. You gotta discuss how you feel. And see why Spirit is saying that. Okay. Vulnerability is showing. Okay. Maybe you just need to be vulnerable with someone. Okay. Say exactly how you feel in the situation. For Leo. Okay. This is happening because super okay. There's something different about you. Okay. You really stand out from the crowd, and I want to know more. Okay. So someone that's like, listen, the attraction between you and I, or the attraction I have for you, is real, it's serious. Okay. So maybe you need to share that. Okay. And it's because of soulmate. It feels like we've been together for lifetimes. Our connection is on another level. Okay. This someone is is serious with you. Okay. And I feel like because this is your block with not talking, maybe you haven't said that, maybe you haven't shared that, just how important this person is to you. Okay. But you super like them. Okay. Ten of Cups is in reverse. That can be like an unfulfilled, desire. Maybe if you've gone through something like that, maybe you feel like you've learned some things, Why is soulmate here? For Leo. Yeah. You're letting go of something. Okay. Five of Pentacles in reverse is releasing insecurities. It can be releasing a loss because of the Nine of Pentacles. It's like maybe feel unstable or feel off balance. You don't even have to be like unstable. It can be more so like you feel out of sorts. Okay. So you could be like, okay, I'm gonna release this loss because it's making me feel out of sorts, right? Why is soulmate here for Leo this weekend? All right. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Maybe you feel like you've been like acting immaturely, Yeah. Maybe to hold on to something like a conflict or something like, that could have something to do with someone or maybe not. Okay. I feel like you are changing how you're viewing a situation. Maybe you feel like you aren't showing up in the best energy when it comes to this connection. Okay. You could be making a decision to change, right? Could be like, need to be, or maybe this weekend you are being more transparent about how you feel or how happy you are or what you're pleased with, okay? Because you haven't said it, okay? You haven't said anything about like what you have experienced. The devil energy could be a Capricorn. And it's because of irrational judgments, you're not believing, you kind of like maybe doubting your intuition, not listening to your intuition. It's like, maybe being in that devil energy, closing off or whatever, okay? You're not acknowledging it or you're not paying, okay? And it's all because you super like somebody, okay? You super like somebody, says there's something different about you. You really stand out from the crowd. You super like someone, Leo. Why is super like here for Leo? Okay. Yeah, you might feel out of sorts, but you don't want to wait anymore. Okay. And I feel like it's because you the imbalance is almost like you comparing yourself to them. I feel like that's what you're noticing. It's like because you see someone that's maybe like Six of Wands, like maybe getting a lot of attention. Maybe they're like, they stand out. Okay. They stand out in the crowd, And this could be something that maybe need to share with them. Or I feel like you are getting the courage to this weekend share that with them, like, how you really see them, like, be vulnerable, because it's almost like to end the delays, to get things moving, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like to get things moving. And because the block is y'all not talking, it's like you aren't communicating your needs clearly, okay? You need to discuss how you feel. Okay. All right. Talk to them. The Page of Cups doesn't have to be an apology. It can just be a loving message like, hey, how was your day today? You know what I'm saying? You're not talking, you're not saying anything. All right. The moon in reverse is revealing feelings, okay? Because nothing's moving, nothing's happening. You have to communicate, you have to reveal how you feel. Reveal how you feel. I'm serious. You have to reveal how you feel, Cancer. Yeah. Yeah. Because, nothing's going to happen if you don't. Okay. There will be no new beginning if you don't. And in fact, it's just going to cause you more stress. Okay. It's going to cause you more mental disturbance. Okay. And I feel like it's because you might feel like you've been isolated enough, or maybe you feel like, you've been withdrawn enough and nothing's happening and you're ready for some type of change. You're ready for some type of movement, growth, expansion. You're like, all right, It is something about this person. I super like them. You might feel like this person's a soulmate. You're ready to release something that you might have lost, especially if you feel like it's making you like, be immature or respond in a stupid way. It's like you're releasing anything that could be a conflict to this connection. Because you have not been addressing the elephant in the room. Okay? Yep. It's like you are seizing the moment. Not avoiding it no more. So, let's get you some characteristics that could possibly, help you like figure out, what this is about. And this is most of I feel like is your energy, but it can be their person's energy. How it fits for you. Right. For Leo spirit, characteristics for Leo that could be valuable in them understanding this message better. Characteristics for Leo. Okay. There's someone else, educated, and lives far away. Okay. And this isn't it. Okay. Because they're here. All right. Now, male with financial issues. So apply how it fits because it's gonna be for any situation. But you'll know how it fits in your situation. Everybody different. Okay. They can go so many different ways. Okay. Virgo. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. All right. I'll make sure the time stamp reflects appropriately. Hey Virgo. All right, let's see what's going on with you this weekend. I'm going to look at the block for you this weekend. And see why. Okay, I have to get back in the group. Look at the block for you this weekend. And then see why that block is showing for you. Okay. Maybe someone's still trying to figure themselves out. Okay. It could be a like there, but someone could still be trying to figure themselves out. So let's see what the block is. You feel ignored or some self-neglect. Maybe you feel like you're ignoring yourself. Okay. Maybe there's things about your body you want to change because body shame was, at the bottom. For Virgo. Block for Virgo this weekend. Okay. The block for you, Virgo, this weekend is no good ones. Okay. There is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. Okay. Like seriously. Maybe you feel like there's no good ones out there, there's something wrong with them all. That's what I don't know what you're thinking. But that's your block this weekend where you feel like nobody's good enough. Okay, or nobody is, I don't know. We're gonna clarify. Let's see. Okay. So let's see why this is coming through for you this weekend, Virgo. Okay. Maybe you dealt with some unstable individuals. Unstable. Okay. Laughter, passion. It could have been all good, but they were still unstable. I don't know. I don't know. All right. For Virgo, what's happening for Virgo this weekend? All right. Obsessed. Okay. It's not my fault you can't get me off your mind. Okay. Maybe like there's something wrong with this person. This person's unstable. Why would they? I don't know. Okay, but they could be saying, you're obsessed or whatever. Let's see. Using you. Maybe I have some ulterior motives. Do you think I might be taking advantage of you? Okay. So do you feel like someone is, taking advantage of you, or they do, or I don't know. It's because of obsessed. Someone could be obsessed with the idea that they're, that something's wrong with everybody. Maybe that's your energy, Virgo. Okay, with no good ones being your block. Maybe you are obsessed with there being an issue with everyone. I don't know. Yeah. 5 of Swords on the bottom. It's like that can be like self-defeat too, Why is using you the energy for Virgo this weekend? Maybe I have some ulterior motives. You think people have ulterior motives? Because I saw energy of like everything, like someone being unstable, but yet there was laughter and there was this and there was that. You might feel like, maybe you've been through some situations that were like you felt bamboozled, or I don't know. 2 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, okay, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So okay. This weekend, Virgo, you can actually be coming into union with someone, and it could be because of like getting over some trust issues, or releasing, or like exposing what someone might have not trusted, or been dishonest about, or worried about. Okay, because look, the 7 of Cups is on the bottom. It's like someone is like questioning, worried. Okay, but whatever is being like discussed or talked about or exposed is, creating change, positive change, with the Wheel of Fortune upright. Okay, so I feel like maybe it's opening up an opportunity for union. You could be getting into union, or maybe you are revealing information about a union that could have put you in this state of no good ones, right? Okay, all right. I do feel like things could have been, rather stagnant for you for some time, and I feel like right now you are ready to just get over something that could have been a hurdle for you, or betrayal for you, releasing some conflict or drama, because maybe you feel like you have to do something about it. Okay, in order to come out of a disappointing energy or feeling or experience, it's like maybe you feel like you have to do something about it. Okay, so maybe you are exposing or sharing some information about a union that could have caused some trust issues. Maybe you're getting into union because of you exposing some trust issues, but it's creating change that is positive. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. there's action being taken this weekend to overcome betrayal, to release something because of obsess. It's not my fault you can't get me off your mind. Who said that? Why is obsessed here? All right. Virgo, you could be obsessed with okay. Justice. All right, you feel like okay, if you are obsessed with a situation, you might feel like it's justifying you just stepping out on faith. It's like I can't get it off my mind. It's heavy, it's there, it won't go anywhere. So maybe it's justifying you stepping out on faith. The Four Cups in reverse is like going after an opportunity. It's like what is it called? Taking a risk, or going after an opportunity. Okay, you might feel like because you can't let something go, it's justice for you to just go with it. Because it means something to you with the Queen of Cups energy. It means something. It's valuable. I feel like you don't want to let it go either. Okay, you might have been stuck in some burden, but the emotion is there. The emotional attachment is there, and I feel like that's what you are being honest about this weekend. Okay, so they can it's encouraging a change in like the lack of effort. Okay, so whatever is being shared, either about a union, trust issues, or maybe you guys are coming into union and you're revealing some trust issues or whatever, is creating change in a positive way. Because the block for you this weekend, Virgo, is there are no good ones. Okay, you like there. So the message says there is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. Okay, and I feel like that is something that Virgo, you've been allowing to hold you up. Okay, yeah, it's been almost like playing with you, like messing with you. Okay, yeah, and I feel like because of that, you are letting your past go. Okay, you are listening to your intuition, and it's almost like it's encouraging you to move forward. Okay, this weekend, right? Yeah, you might already know, or you will know or recognize that you being in the energy of there are no good ones out there is a block for you. Okay, the Four of Wands. Okay, Queen of Swords in reverse is the relationship you haven't been honest about. And I feel like you are going to be honest about it. You're doing something about it, because you're saying that nothing's happening when you're not doing nothing about it. Okay? So it's like, okay, you're doing something about it. And you are addressing the issue this weekend. So let's see if there are any characteristics that will come out for you, Virgo, that will help you see what this is all about. Okay, or connect, help you read the message better or something. Understand it better. All right, Holy Spirit is in heaven. Any characteristic for Virgo that will help Virgo understand the message better? The weekend. Long hairs on the bottom. Okay. You got chaser. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's too many. Okay. Characteristics for Virgo this weekend, Spirit. That's like half the deck. Divorced. Okay. And because of your ex. You know them. Okay. So they're divorced because of your ex? No, no. But you know them. Okay. All right. You apply only how it fits to you. If it does or doesn't. Moving on to um Libra. Okay. Libra. Let us see. Let's see what your block is this weekend. What is Libra's block this weekend? It's like what you should pay attention to this weekend, or what you should, take note of. For Libra this weekend, what is Libra block? One more. Libra. Your block this weekend is being a victim. You feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. That's the block. You feel like you're in a helpless situation. Like, there's nothing I can do. Yes, it is. Like, this is just my life. No, it's not. You don't have to be. You can change it whenever you're ready to. Up to you. Right? So let's see what's happening for you this weekend, Libra, to make you feel that way. All right, for Libra this weekend, spirits. Right? Toxic. Okay. If our relationship is going to have such a negative impact on your mental health, maybe you're better off without me. Okay. So maybe you could be in a toxic dynamic with somebody. And maybe that toxic dynamic is making you feel like there's nothing I can do. This is just my life. Yes, it is. Okay. You don't have to be in that. You don't have to deal with that. You don't have to stay in that. If you want things to change, you can. Right? Let's see what's happening. Obsessed. It's not my fault you can't get me off your mind. Okay? You guys can be talking to each other all type of crazy. Right? All right. There could be something that someone is obsessed with. Okay? I don't know. But the block for you this weekend, Libra, is being in a victim mindset. You are not stuck. Okay? Emperor energy. Step up. Take the lead over your life. Okay? Why is obsessed the energy for Libra this weekend? It's not my fault you can't get me off your mind. Who said that? So rude. Obsessed. Yeah. Maybe you're obsessed with a situation. Yeah, I feel like something is stuck on your mind. Okay. And so you are at the point where you have to do something about it. You have to do something about it. And so that's what's happening this weekend. You can't get something off your mind. So you have to do something about it. It's like I have to speak my truth. Right? Maybe you've been holding back long enough. I gotta speak my truth. And the energy of obsession is coming out this weekend because of something being at a point where you can't get it off your mind. Okay, you can't get it off your mind, right? It's like whatever you've been disappointed about. Especially if you feel like someone might have done you wrong. Okay, could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Especially if this is someone that you feel like you've been like helping or supporting, or being there for. Um, you want to express some disappointment. Okay, because maybe things have been rather toxic. Okay, look, see, the Ten of Swords came out in reverse again. Okay, it's like you're ready to just get over something. It's something that continuously stays on your mind. You're tired of thinking about it. You're tired of worrying about it. You're doing something about it. You're exposing or sharing how you feel. You're revealing something. All right, and it's because things are not maybe you feel like you're not getting what it is you want. Opportunities are not opening up for you. Things are rather stagnant for you. Okay, and it's because of like your past. Yeah, yeah. You might feel like some things weren't done that were like on the up and up. Like maybe someone did something that could have sabotaged you, and you want justice, you want fairness, you want to maybe speak your truth about it, how you feel about it. Yeah, because you might feel like the situation is toxic. It's no good for you. Or you may feel like holding it in is toxic. You feel some type of way about something, you're going to reveal it. Okay. And it's because of this toxic energy. If our relationship is going to have such a negative impact on your mental health, maybe you're better off without me. This is the truth you're saying. Okay. This is what you've been holding back. Okay. If I'm such a problem to you, how about this? How about I not be? Okay. Look, you're ready to release something. You feel like it's not giving you nothing anyway. You're like, it's always giving me a struggle. Okay. It's something for me to be obsessed about, think about all the time. I can't get off my mind. It won't go nowhere. I'm going to expose it this weekend. Okay. Listen, I ain't even look at that. You're being honest. You're being honest, right? About this relationship, about this connection, about, the home, about your stability, whatever, about the stability of the connection or the relationship. Okay. Because you might feel like things are not moving with this person. You might feel like you are stuck with this person, right? It's because of you possibly feeling like a victim, being in this victim mindset where you feel like helpless to change your situation. Why is this the block for Libra this weekend? Being a victim. Because because you know what it is that you want and you holding back from it. All right. Well, stop giving it energy. The death card with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Just stop. Stop giving it energy. Okay. You feel like you know exactly what it is you want, but you feel held back from it. If that's the case, stop giving it energy. Whatever it is you feel is holding you back, stop giving it energy. You're not a victim. Okay. You feel helpless to change your love life. You can change it however you want to change it. Okay. Right? The Sun card and the Five of Cups, I feel like this weekend is revealing a lot of disappointments for you where you're not happy in your situation or happy with a situation. And because you feel like, maybe someone is fighting against you, like you taking two steps forward and you come one step back, you feel held back, you feel like a lack of progress, you feel like you're not getting what it is you want, you feel like maybe used or abused, you know. Yeah, you ready to just, release something that you feel like is holding you back or that's a problem, something that's problematic. But Spirit's letting you know, like, your disappointments in the situation are being revealed this weekend because maybe you've been kind of sticking with something, feel like you don't have no choice, you don't have no, control over your love life. Yes, you do. All right. Listen, it's all up to you. The Knight of Wands in reverse is like your actions ain't right. Okay. And that's the reason why things ain't working out for you. If you want change your situation. Per. It's just what it is. You want change your situation. Don't say you can't do it. Yes, you can. You can choose not, but comes down to you. You don't like it, stop doing it. Oh, this that. Oh, I hate how I feel when I do this, or eat this food, or when I have this thing. Well, then if you don't like it, stop doing it. That's kind of what Spirit is saying. Let's give you some characteristics so that you can see, what this is all about for you, Libra. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you've been rather emotional about a situation. Maybe someone's being rather irresponsible. This could be someone that's younger than you, but it's runner and female. Okay. This could be a female runner. Okay. Look, ghost of jewels on the bottom. This could be someone that just, disappears, pops back up, all type. You gotta. Shit is toxic. Okay. It's called death of duck. Yeah. You gotta address the situation. Spirit is not holding no cards this weekend. Scorpio. Scorpio, we're gonna see what your block is this weekend. And we're gonna see why. Okay. So, what is the block for Scorpio this weekend? Holy Spirit, angels in heaven. Block for Scorpio this weekend. One more. Scorpio, the block is need rescuing. You are waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. Okay? You waiting for love to come save you and do what? That's the block for you this weekend, Scorpio. What love supposed to do? If love supposed to come fix it. What love supposed to do? Tell me. Put it right there in the chat. In the comments. Tell me what love's supposed to do, Scorpio. Let's see why this is happening for you this weekend. Why that's the block for you this weekend, Scorpio. Perfect match. Okay, listen. It still blows my mind how perfect we are together. It's as if we're made for each other. Okay. That's what you're looking for. You think that's just gonna rush in and save you and make it all better? I don't know, right? That's what's happening for you this weekend. Let's see. Responsible. You see someone that's real responsible and stuff. I've got a good head on my shoulders. You can count on me. Maybe you're saying, I'm responsible too. You're responsible. I'm responsible. It just blows my mind how much of a perfect match we are. If we were to come together, you would just make my life so much better. That's the block. You're looking for love to rescue. Scorpio. You're like, I'm responsible. I need a responsible person. Yeah, you do. But you don't. It's like, it's good to have, but you don't need a responsible person. Yeah, and that's something you're not seeing. That's why the deck went shuffle. Yeah, it's something you're not seeing. Okay, it starts with you, not with other people. Okay, if things aren't growing, it starts with you. Why is responsible the energy for Scorpio this weekend? Okay, if things aren't working out, okay, right, sowing seeds, you're not getting much from it. Things aren't working out. You gotta look at, all the contributing factors. Okay, what's not giving? Okay, to the situation. What's taking more than it's giving? Okay, yeah. If things aren't, if you're not happy with a situation, if you're not happy with an outcome, right, you got to look at where you could be wasting your time, energy, and money. How can you make things different for yourself? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So I feel like Scorpio, if you were in a situation, or where you might have been like wasting your time, energy, and money, um, I feel like this is making you like look at things differently. Okay. Especially if things are rather out of sorts for you. Okay. If you took a break from an unhealthy situation, you could be feeling really good right about now. And maybe that is contributing to you looking at um, someone who is responsible and getting all perfect match energy. Like, I don't know. The four, okay. You could, yeah. Okay. If you were dealing with a situation that wasn't really giving you much, it's something that's here today, gone tomorrow, and then that ended, okay, you weren't quite over it. Okay. So maybe you were holding back from connections and all that. Okay. But maybe you're opening up to that now because you have recovered from that situation. You've taken a break from that situation. So you now like recovered. But you don't need nobody. I feel like that's what Spirit's kind of saying. Like, don't feel like, oh, like you need to be attached to somebody. Why is perfect match here for Scorpio? It still blows my mind how perfect we are together. It's as if we're made for each other. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This perfect match energy could be coming in for you this weekend because of your disappointment in a situation that didn't work out. Okay. That situation wasn't giving you much of nothing. You weren't happy with what you were receiving from that, right? And so if you're looking at someone as responsible, it could be making you feel like all googly eyes, you know what I'm saying? Because of it being so different from what you experience, all right? Um, you could be looking at a new situation as like perfect match, maybe for the wrong reasons. Okay. Um, maybe that's encouraging you to step up, maybe have a new beginning, maybe not wanting to repeat the past, maybe not wanting to sabotage yourself, you know. Anything else for perfect match for Scorpio? Okay. Maybe you're being honest with someone that you haven't spoken to, or it's like you're doing something about it. It's like you're releasing your, dropping your guard, doing something about a situation that you no longer want to avoid, okay, or can't avoid anymore. But the block for you, Scorpio, this weekend is your feeling of needing rescue or need rescuing. Okay. Um, Maybe things aren't really moving for you right now because of something from your past. I feel like it's because you haven't released your past, or maybe things weren't moving forward because of you having trouble releasing your past. Yeah, it made you like almost like not believe that you would get what you ultimately truly do desire. But I feel like you are regaining your balance right now, Scorpio. Why is this a block for Scorpio this weekend? The injustice you experience from, like a family situation falling apart, or, immaturity when it comes to love, or lack of support. It made you like maybe not interested in opportunities. I feel like now that you are healing from that situation and letting that go, you're ready to like work on something new. But there's something you're not being honest about. Okay. Mm-hmm. Something you're not being honest about. And I feel like that's the need, like this feeling of maybe feeling like you need rescuing. Yeah. So just be mindful of that, Scorpio, this weekend. I feel like you're really digging someone this weekend. Digging. It's my word this weekend. Digging. But Spirit could be just like more so reminding you like you don't need rescuing. You don't need someone else. So let's give you some characteristics that could possibly help you understand this message better. Okay, Scorpio. General, so it can apply to you any type of way. Ghosted you is on the bottom. Could be someone that ghosted you. For Scorpio spirit. Characteristics for Scorpio when it comes to the situation for them this weekend. You know them, of course, right? And maybe they're a loner because they're a loner. You know them because they're a loner. Okay. Um, Anything else for Scorpio? They're unemotional. Okay. Um, Maybe even irresponsible. I don't know. And it's because long hair. I don't know. Or maybe they also have long hair. Apply only half fits. Okay, apply half fits. but you know them, okay? So could be a loner. Moving on to Sagittarius. To all the Saggies in the place. Okay, Sag. Let's see. What is your block this weekend? And then we're gonna look and see why that block is coming up for you. Okay. For Sagittarius this weekend, Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit in the heavens for Sagittarius is the block this weekend for Sag. That need rescuing energy showing too. You don't need rescuing. Okay, maybe you got some insecurities. You need to fix them. Looks really like I'm pointing right at them. You got insecurities, fix them. Because you don't need no rescuing. Okay? Right? Blocks for Sagittarius this weekend. Yeah. Mixed signals. You don't let others know you are interested. Flirt and be approachable. Okay? You don't let others know you like them. That's your block. Maybe you have certain insecurities that you need to check, feels like fix them, whatever insecurities you do have, fix them, because I feel like if you're giving out mixed signals, and not making yourself approachable is because of how you're feeling about yourself, feels like fix that. I don't know. Boundaries is showing. You could be putting up almost like blocks and boundaries to really good opportunities. Okay, like yeah. For Sagittarius Spirit. One more. Yep, super like is on the bottom. Let's see. Why is this mixed signals boundary energy coming up for you this weekend, Sag? Yeah, it's because connection. Whatever ends up happening with us, I'm grateful to have met you and for the connection that we have. Okay. So someone's like, regardless of whatever, you will always be an important factor to me. Right? It's like they don't regret the experience. Moving in. I can't get enough of you. Do you want to move in together? Someone could be saying that. It's like maybe they're ready to take that risk with you. I don't know. Let's see. Why is this message here for the Saggies? Yeah, this could be someone that you're getting into union with this weekend, Sag. And I feel like it's because you're no longer on the fence about it. Maybe you're not, you're maybe, yeah, okay. There could be a disconnection a disconnection in a connection that hasn't been addressed. Okay. And maybe that's just delaying something. It's just delaying an opportunity. Could be with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, but it's with someone maybe that you need to talk to or you haven't spoken with. Maybe, the connection between the two of you have it's fallen apart where you're not as close, or you don't spend time together. Okay. I feel like it could be a Virgo, but it's gonna be someone that you're doing something about it. It could be coming out of this, separate energy, loner energy, even. Okay. That you might even be looking at it as foolish. Like I shouldn't even be doing that, right? You're coming out of this loner energy to maybe address it. Yeah, you're coming out of your head, releasing all concern, especially if the concern was this isn't really going to give me anything. This is going to be something that comes in, blows my mind, and then ruins me, right? Yeah. Being all extra emotional about a situation, or emotionally irrational. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you just weren't ready for a situation at a time that it was coming in. But I feel like you're like, I can no longer avoid this. Yeah. Especially if you might have especially if you feel like you could have contributed to the reason why things are this way. Okay. It's like you want things to move into a better state. You want things to get better um mentally. Okay. Uh because maybe feel like things weren't handled the best way. You know, like it could have been done better. Okay. And it's because of connection. Whatever ends up happening with us, I'm grateful to have met you and for the connection that we had. Just someone that you value. Okay, it's a connection that you value. Why is connection here? Okay. You're no longer locked in a situation. You're stepping up and taking ownership for the fact that you might have put up some blocks or guards. Right? By being emotionally detached or holding on to grief or disappointment or a betrayal or guilt, whatever. Okay. Um, Maybe you haven't shared how you might have gone through something that really changed you. Okay. Um, could have been because of your decision making, like you maybe making an impulsive decision or kind of like, rushing into something, and how you don't want to relive that, or it's like how that could have made you like respond uh the wrong way when it comes to like your emotions. Why is mixed signals the block for Sagittarius? You don't let others know how. You don't let others know you are interested. That's the block. You keep it a secret. You keep it to yourself with the high priestess, right? Um, because maybe you feel like you just healed from something that could have fallen apart. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse is like, this is supposed to be my longevity, and look what happened, right? Okay, so you might have just healed from something that was supposed to last forever. You know, yeah, yeah, and maybe that contributed to like your lack of optimism, right? When it comes to like new connections, right? Mixed signals. Why is this here for Sagittarius? You don't let others know you are interested. Okay, yep, you hold back from doing anything. Okay, in fact, you push it away. Get away from me. Okay, I don't want you. Okay, but you do want them. Right, so that's a block for you, right? This weekend, you send out this mixed signals, right? And I feel like because of the disconnect and a connection, you could be talking to somebody, that you might have, disconnected from or lost a bond with. It's like you're doing something about it this weekend, releasing the worry and concern about whether you're ready or not. You're no longer avoiding it because you feel like it's something that you created anyway. You want to move on from it mentally. If that makes sense. Okay. So, Sergi, that's what I have for you. Let's get you some characteristics that could help you understand your message better. Okay, it could be someone that's playful, right? Maybe them being playful or like youthful that made you feel like, nah, that's not the one for me. Like, nah, they're too immature. Maybe they're just a happy person. I don't know. Right? Characteristics for Sagittarius. They're educated, okay? And maybe emotional. You might feel like they're too emotional, right? And again, you know them, all right? This keeps coming up. So across the board, collectively, somebody you know. All right, so moving on to Capricorn. Okay. Sheesh Louise. Capricorn. We're gonna look at the block for you this weekend and the reason why. Okay, so we're gonna look at what's actually happening for you this weekend. Capricorn. Okay. Lone wolf is on the bottom. Okay. Lone wolf. Out of your feelings. Are you out of your feelings? All right. Let's see. What is the block for you this weekend? Okay. The block for you this weekend, Capricorn, is everyone leaves. You feel that way. It says choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. But the block could be that you feel like everyone leaves. Okay. Is that truth? Does that make it hard for you to commit? Because you feel like everyone leaves? Right? Okay. That's a block for you this weekend. And let's see why. You got the perfect match energy too. Okay. But maybe you're still like, even if you see something as like the perfect match, it's like it's still gonna be making you like making it difficult for you to like choose, or like figure out like what direction you want to go, or maybe even like sexually, because the queer energy is there. I'm serious. Connections on the bottom, but I saw the queer energy. But even though it's like like it's kind of like it's the energy of uncertainty. Okay, Capricorn. Communication. I'm grateful for the way we listen to each other without judgment. Okay. So this weekend, Capricorn, you can just be having some communication. And maybe it's just transparent communication without judgment that allows maybe some things to be shared or, things to be addressed. Right. Super like. There's something different about you. You really stand out from the crowd, and I want to know more. Okay. So because of this energy, Capricorn, you could be communicating, right? Maybe even discussing your fears around everyone leaves. Yeah, let's clarify. For Capricorn, this weekend, Spirit. All right, Capricorn, I feel like you are releasing some disappointment. Okay, you're working through some disappointment. Even, yep, regaining your balance on something. The 5 of Cups. That's the disappointment. All right. Why I super like the energy for Capricorn this weekend? There's something different about you. You really stand out from the crowd. And I want to know more. Super light for Capricorn. Yeah. Like I wanna release the conflict. Okay. Especially if it's like putting you in a position where it's like you can't move on, or you feel stuck or something you've been holding on to. Okay. Clarify super light. Yeah. Especially if this is like about a relationship. Okay. Or the stability of something. Okay. It's like the opportunity is there, but it's stress around it because everyone leaves, right? This could be something you're communicating. Super light for Capricorn. All right. All right. So you could be neutralizing some mental conflict this weekend through this communication, right? And it's because it produces healing for you, the star. I feel like it produces relief because maybe you weren't very optimistic about things changing or things very optimistic about a situation, period. Okay. Right. And this is happening because of this communication. Right. I'm grateful for the way we listen to each other without judgment. Beautiful, Capricorn. Why is this here for Capricorn this weekend? So there's definitely an opportunity that you see as a wish fulfilled. Okay, like checks all the boxes, right? You might feel like you weren't in a position to access it, okay, with the star energy, right? But it feels like you're doing something, okay, whether it's revealing feelings or how the unknown, okay, whatever's happening, is allowing you to release your worry or your maybe like irrational thinking around a situation not working, okay. um yeah, this could be around commitment, okay, because you have everyone leaves, okay. Yeah. There's something that mhm, mhm. There's something you were having a hard time releasing, okay, and maybe you feel um like you might have been almost like chained to that, like you couldn't control that, like it controlled you, you know. And this could be this energy of everyone leaves, right? Maybe that's something you've never shared or never revealed to anyone, or no one knows, that you feel this way. Why is this a block for a Capricorn? Everyone leaves. Okay. Yep. That's something that stays on your mind a lot. The Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, it's like something that it's like constantly thinking about, always. It's like you can't release it. Okay. It's like you might want to give of yourself to something you see as right for you, but that mindset replays itself. Okay. Maybe that's the reason why things haven't been, changing for you, or, you know, things have been maybe even falling apart. You could be revealing this so that you can move forward, right? Because you're ready to overcome delays and release blocks. Okay. So, Capricorn, let's get some characteristics of a person for you. Okay. See if these characteristics can help you understand the story better. Maybe. Who knows? Let's see. Okay. Could be a neighbor. See? A neighbor. It's on the bottom. All right. For Capricorn, any characteristics for Capricorn spirit? Okay. Could be a friend, chaser, responsible, because of educated. Okay. So they can be any of those characteristics apply only how it fits. There's 200 million Capricorns in the universe. I don't know. I don't know. But it's a lot of people. Okay. So it can resonate different ways. Mm. Moving on to Aquarius. I got to turn the light down because now it's dark outside. So the light is extra bright. The light is extra bright. Do you want to go outside? I mean, in the kitchen. Go ahead. Okay. Aquarius. Hey, is it Alec? All right, Alec. This is the weekend messages for each zodiac sign. I don't do any personals on weekend messages, but I do them on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you come back then, I'll answer your personal question. Okay? Moving on to, and it's free. Okay, Alex, it's free. All right, moving on to Aquarius. Let's look and see what the block is for you this weekend, Aquarius, and see why. All right. I'm gonna look and see what is actually happening for you and why that block is being revealed. Okay. One more for Aquarius. Retreating is on the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you are retreating. Maybe you are retreating too much. Let's see. Okay. So the block for you this weekend, Aquarius, is ambivalent. Okay. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. Because then we see retreat, you're not even coming outside. You're not even you're not even making yourself available, you know. So it says you say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what it is you want. Okay. Ambivalent. Mm-hmm. Wait for that plane or whatever it is. Okay. That's the block for you this weekend, Aquarius. So, Holy Spirit is in heaven. Please tell us why ambivalent is the energy for Aquarius this weekend. What's happening for Aquarius this weekend? Okay. You have abusive. I know you don't deserve to be treated like this, but I'm acting out a pattern of abuse that's really deeply rooted in me. Okay. So maybe you are dealing with an abusive situation, or maybe you are being abusive. Okay. Responsible. I've got a good head on my shoulders. You can count on me. Okay. Either you have a good head on someone else. Okay. Let's clarify. Okay. For Aquarius, Spirit, please clarify these messages for Aquarius. Okay. Aquarius, I feel like there's something you're not addressing. Why is responsible here for Aquarius this weekend? I've got a good head on my shoulders. You can count on me. Okay. Okay. No, you can't. Okay. The King of Swords in reverse. You're not being honest. Okay. If anything, you're being manipulative. Yeah. Because to be honest, it's like you're trying to come out of responsibility. You know, it's more so like you are looking to recover even financially, you know? Yeah. You may feel like you are repeating cycles of lack, okay? Like things not working out. Maybe this is something you need to actually share because maybe it'll help things be less confusing for someone, you know, that maybe things aren't the best for you. Yeah. It's like you almost need to release a burden. Okay. Mhm. Maybe you've done things in a untraditional way, okay? And maybe that's caused some difficulties for you. You're not happy in your current situation and you're ready for things to be different, okay? Because maybe you are losing hope. You're losing hope that you'll ever be able to overcome something that was disappointing. It's like things are moving hella slow and you feel maybe even defeated. So you put out this narrative that you can be supported on, but really you could use some support because maybe you were in a situation where you were abused, okay, with this abusive energy. I know you don't deserve to be treated this way, but I'm acting out of a pattern of abuse that's really deeply rooted in me. Maybe this is someone, someone that you maybe have dealt with for some time because they act a certain way and then apologize for it and blame their past or how they were brought up or what they've been through. Why is abuse appear for Aquarius? Mm-hmm. It was definitely something toxic. Look at our devil sticking out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something that was very inconsistent, very unreliable. I feel like you are no longer even considering it. Yeah, it's no longer a factor even for you. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you are ready to release that pain, okay, or disappointment that you might have experienced from that, okay, especially if you feel like it held you up, or stagnated you in a way. You might feel like you were stuck, you know. Yeah, especially like, okay, you know how you can feel like you stuck in a situation and so you do something like irrational or impulsive or something like, rebellious just to break out of it, you know. That's the energy, you might have gone through. But I feel like it's something you also need to be honest about it. It's almost as if it'll release a weight for you. Because the block for you is this ambivalent energy. You say you want to love her, but you're not all in. Not for real. Why is ambivalent here? As the block for Aquarius. Okay. You're not certain about a situation. Okay. That's why you resist taking a leap of faith. Okay. It's because of other people. Experiences you've maybe interacted or encountered with other people. That's why you're not making any changes, to possibly move into a better state. You've maybe dealt with something rather unstable, abusive, and maybe you feel like you're not ready to move forward. Okay. You're still on the fence because maybe you've been emotionally abused. You haven't addressed it. You haven't shared it. You never know what's really going on behind closed doors. In relationships. Especially if you look at them from the outside, you might be like, oh, they have such a beautiful relationship. Mm-mm. Okay. Because with the two of swords in reverse, it's something that needs to be addressed, something needs to be revealed or exposed. Almost like releasing a weight. Okay. Nine of Wands in reverse is releasing a weight. That's vulnerability. Okay. You need to be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. About maybe a long-term commitment that you're just releasing or that you were maybe holding on to. And maybe that's the reason why love is a conflict for you or giving up yourself emotionally is a conflict. Okay. So that's why for you, Aquarius. I'm gonna give you some characteristics of the person you could be dealing with that will help you possibly understand the story better. Okay. Ooh, for Aquarius spirit. Ooh, the this is your person card came out. Listen, whoever you feel like is your person, you might need to talk to them. Oh, thank you, Alec. Hey, for Aquarius spirit. Irresponsible. So you might have dealt with someone that was irresponsible, and this could be a new person. Okay. Maybe that's something you need to reveal. Okay. If you were in an abusive situation, maybe that's the reason why you closed off or blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Transparency, vulnerability. Okay. Moving on to Pisces. And then we're done. Look at that. I didn't take too long. Okay. So Pisces, ooh, the self-neglect card fell, or stayed on the table when I went to pick up the deck. Let's see what is your block for this weekend. Okay. Maybe you are neglecting yourself. Maybe someone you're dealing with has been neglecting themselves. Okay. Fear of cheating, maybe. Maybe someone's looking at you as eye candy or vice versa. Okay. Block for Pisces this weekend. Okay. Okay, Spirit, what is the block for Pisces this weekend? Your block, Pisces. Oh. Your block, Pisces. Retreating, okay? Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again, okay? Don't stay all locked up in the house. Okay? Your fear of getting hurt is making you retreat. Get out there and try again. It's 200 billion years. I don't know how many people know. Okay? But it's a whole lot of people out there. Okay? So let's see why this is coming through for you, Pisces, this weekend. What's happening to make this be a block for you? Okay? Are you staying in the house? Maybe someone's asking you out and you're like, no. The loser is on the bottom. Maybe you've dealt with a loser. Okay. Someone that couldn't, I understand. Okay, here you go. Super like. There's something different about you. You really stand out from the crowd, and I want to know more. Okay. Someone wants to know more about you, Pisces. But maybe you won't come outside. See? Dreaming. No, you're not dreaming. Yes, I'm real. Okay. So if they be like, oh, you're so dreamy, Pisces. I mean, like, I felt like you were like a false flame, or, you weren't really who you say you were. Or, no, I am who I say I am. All right. It's because someone super likes you or you super like them. Okay. Yeah. But the block is that you retreat. Why? Why is this the case, Pisces? All right. So someone could be saying something very nice to you. Okay. And this nice message could be coming through because they see you as dreamy. Okay. This is what it is. All right. No, you're not dreamy. Yes, I'm real. That's the dreamy energy. Why is this coming out for Pisces this weekend? Okay. All right. All right. So if you've if you're done, okay, because there are no mistakes. If you are done with something that is unstable or lacks progress, okay, or if this is someone else, this is also producing a clarity or a confirmation for someone, that they want stable, they want reliable, that they want stable and reliable. Okay. All right. So it's someone that's opening up. Okay. Because they have not been getting what they wanted. Okay. So if you've dealt with, I'm going to say it as if it's you, Pisces. If you've dealt with something that's been unstable, lack progress, I feel like this is giving you the clarity of who you are, okay, but also of what you want. You are opening up, okay, to new. If you're not opening up, maybe spirit is encouraging you to open up to new, okay. A connection that is imbalanced is something you need to release mentally. So if a connection was imbalanced, it wasn't working out, it couldn't stay peaceful, it wasn't for you. Okay. See, Queen of Cups energy and the Five of Wands. Okay. Now you see what the problem is. Now you see what does not work. Still, now you know what does. Okay. But you also have options here, Pisces. All right. Options that really dig you, that can make you really happy. Okay. They can bring you some joy. Right. Sure, with the Ace of Wands energy behind it, it could be something that's here today, gone tomorrow. But that doesn't mean you should close off to it. Right? Let's see. I don't know. Why is super like here for Pisces? There's something different about you. You really stand out from the crowd. And I want to know more. Okay. This could be a truth that someone is saying to you. Right? Could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. But I feel like this is someone that you are familiar with. Maybe someone from your past, could be an ex. Maybe this is someone that made impulsive judgments about you or irrational judgments about you. Maybe they want to do right by you now. Okay. Be transparent in a way, because maybe this is something they have been avoiding or not addressing. Okay. So someone could be speaking their truth to you, maybe about how in the past they did make some irrational decisions or judgments about you, but also like wanting to do right, or maybe seeing what's just or what's right. Okay. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn with the King of Pentacles. But this is someone that's like, thinking about union with you. Okay. They want to begin a new cycle, bring things into balance. They want to be happy, Yeah. If something fell apart from before, it's like they're looking to let that go and open up with this Nine of Wands energy in reverse. Okay. The block, Pisces, is retreating. Okay. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. Okay. You're not listening to your intuition. Okay. You're not listening to your intuition. It's like you're doubting yourself. Because Pisces, you are the High Priestess energy. You know intuitively, It's like you're doubting yourself. You know things are going to get better for you. Okay. But I feel like you're more so sabotaging yourself by staying stuck in disappointment. Okay. Especially if it's disappointment of a situation that did not pan out the best, or with someone that didn't, meet your desires or, do right by you. Okay. Yep. Release that negativity. Devil in reverse. Release that negativity. Okay. Yeah, because it's making you retreat. Right. And also making you uncertain about what decision to make. So it's like, you're not sure about whether you want to commit, or if that's the direction you want to go, or okay. So someone definitely super likes you. Yeah. And maybe they feel like you're dreamy. Because with the Hierophant energy and the Four of Cups in reverse, there is commitment on the table and almost like seizing the moment. Okay. Four of Cups in reverse, Ace of Pentacles. It's like, I'm not going to just sit there and not acknowledge what's in front of me. I see it and I got to do something about it. Ace of Pentacles, right? I gotta get over some grief or disappointment that could have been holding me up or tying me down. You know, this is a solid opportunity and I want it. It's like the direction that I feel like you are leaning this weekend. You know? Mhm. Yeah, it's something. Um, yeah, it's like you're not allowing something to just go. Like allowing something. It's like you're trying to maybe. It's the energy of like preventing a disaster, but it's almost like you're trying to like just let something go. Okay, because it's making you respond to the unknown. I want to say like in an immature way, kind of. Okay, so yeah, you're not gonna get what you want by staying stuck. Okay, release it. Okay, acknowledge what it is and be happy because that's not gonna work for you. Right? Holding on to that it's not gonna produce anything for you. It's not gonna give you anything. It's literally like trying to like build a house while you upside down. And I'm sure there's someone that can do that, but most people, you're gonna get like poor results. You know, so that's not like the best way to go about it. Like whatever didn't work out in the past or something, just allow that to just crumble. And this could be the masculine that is in this energy because that masculine is maybe like addressing maybe some irrational judgments from the past or about the past. Let's get some characteristics for you, Pisces. Characteristics that could happen, that could possibly help you understand this message. Okay. Oh, short person came out. Okay, so they could be short. Maybe they got financial issues. Maybe you do. Okay, I don't know. All right, for Pisces spirit, characteristics that could be helpful. It could be for anybody, but they help you understand this message for Pisces. I made this deck. Okay. Uh, Someone that's very spiritual, maybe. They could be a player and trust nothing they say. Maybe you trust nothing they say. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what I have for you, Shoot. I hope this helped. I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right. Enjoy your weekend. I hope these messages were valuable to you. Thank you to Alec. Thank you for being here. Come back on Tuesday and Thursday, 5:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure exactly what time that will be for you, but I want to say I have another subscriber that is in the India area, and when we are online, it's like 5 in the morning for her, something like that. It's like it's crazy time. It's like early in the morning. So I don't know that's how it's gonna work for you. Right. But she still gets on with us. And sometimes she'll put her question in early and then, like go back and look at the video when she gets up or something. But sometimes she's up. But yeah, La Unique, thank you for being here. And like, comment, share, and subscribe, y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Wish you guys already. Bye.